Welcome to the news on the hours, brought to you on the Anglican Cable Network Nigeria, ACNN Television. I am Rachel Ebunu. A host of dignitaries, archbishops, bishops, families and congregants gathered at the St. Matthias House, the new National Secretariat of the Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion, for the book presentation and the launch of Nicholas Oko Foundation. The event is used to kickstart the retirement of His Grace, the Most Reverend Dr. Nicholas Oko, whose tenure is due by March 2020. ACNN correspondent Charles Philip Wakolam has more of the story.
Tomorrow must be greater than today. Your tomorrow must be greater than today.
The Primate of all Nigeria, Archbishop and Metropolitan Anglican Communion, His Grace the Most Reverend Dr. Nicholas Dikerehi Orogodo Oko, kickstarted his retirement with a book presentation and the launching of the Nicholas Oko Foundation. Presentation of the book titled Not by Power Nor by Might, and the foundation launch was held at the St. Matthias House, the new National Secretariat of the Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion at Gudu, Abuja, and was graced by lots of dignitaries, archbishops and bishops. Most notably are former Head of State General Yakubu Gowon, former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, representatives of host of governors. The father of the day is His Grace, former Primate Peter Jasper Akionla, who in the company of other dignitaries unveiled the book for launching.
When other girls didn't, Unkasiobi saw tomorrow. Married.
In his speech, the book reviewer, Right Reverend Professor Emmanuel Adjolo, the retired Bishop of Okene Diocese, reiterated that in spite of his great work for God, Primate Oko is a great family man and has a very understanding wife. While speaking to the gentlemen of the press, Primate Oko revealed what inspired the book. He also said that it has been his desire to help people, hence the Nicholas Oko Foundation.
The purpose is not so much to people outside, but also to Christians inside. I'm not satisfied with what we call Christianity in Nigeria. There is a yawning gap between our profession, what we say, and what we do, and it's discrediting us very badly. So we want our children, our followers, to know that we have not arrived. It's not enough to clap hand and dance. It's not enough to sing throughout the night. We must back it up with moral integrity. Yeah, when I leave in the coming year, I want to continue my work as a man of God to be able to support people.
Also speaking to the press was the former President of Nigeria, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, who showered eulogy on the man of God.
The Primate, as you know very well, is a disciplined person. He rose to a very high level in the army. Probably that gives him the level of discipline that we have noticed. Okay. I believe that all Christians should emulate him. He has done very well as our own leader. I believe that we Christians should show reasonable level of discipline and humility in all we do, especially those of us who are in leadership positions, as elders in the churches, our pastors, our bishops, and others who society look up to for leadership.
At the end of the event, Primate Oko appreciated everyone for coming out to support his vision when he steps down as the primate.
I appreciate what you have done for me and my family by helping me to find a job when I lose my job. Very soon now, I will be a jobless man. But with what you have done, I will have an office to report to.
Charles Philip Wakolam, ACNNTV.
The Archbishop, Metropolitan and the Primate Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion has called on Christians to put their personal lives and relationship with God first before worldly riches, as wealth and riches do not qualify anyone to make heaven. While at his book presentation and launch of Nicholas Oko Foundation, Archbishop Oko admitted that there is an alarming hunger in Nigeria, but making heaven should be on the minds of all Christians.
It's true that poverty is affecting us in this part of the world and making us to take very, very terrible decisions. But you remember that when death comes, money has no value. So when we face the challenge of facing the Lord, we should be able to be true to ourselves so that we don't go to see God with extra luggage that are not necessary.
The former president of Nigeria and ambassador of peace, His Excellency Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, has assured Nigerians that whatever challenges the country is facing today will be subdued with time. As he said, stakeholders are putting plans in place to see to it that the country gets better. He gave this assurance while speaking with newsmen in Abuja when he attended the foundation launch and presentation of book written by the Primate Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion, His Grace the Most Reverend Dr. Nicholas Oko.
Yes, it's a problem to all of us. And I always say that every generation of human beings face specific challenges. This is our generation, your generation. In fact, we are almost gone. It is a generation. So collectively, we must see how we'll resolve this crisis. Insecurity has been with us for long, though we know sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down. I believe that whatever is the challenges we have now would be subdued. The leaders are talking. Political leaders are talking. Our traditional leaders are also talking. And I believe the country would get above this level of insecurity.
Also in an interview, the Primate Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion, His Grace the Most Reverend Dr. Nicholas Oko, urged governments whose duty is to maintain security in the country to do what is expected of them quickly.
I have no solution because I am an individual. But we try to ask the appropriate authorities to do what they should do, and that is the government. I strongly believe that individuals should not take security initiatives. Because if we take our own security initiatives, by which I mean that we organize our own militias, the country will be destroyed. Everybody will perish. But the government that has the constitutional responsibility to maintain security should do so, and quickly too, before it gets out of hand. That's my appeal.
The Lord Bishop of the Anglican Diocese of Warri, the Right Reverend Christian Ide, has reiterated the need for Christians to go into politics en masse, stressing that gone are the days when politics is seen as dirty. According to the bishop, anything that is dirty needs cleansing. Hence, if politics is dirty, as alleged by some, then the only people who can clean the system are the Christians. Hence, the need for more Christians to be involved in it. Bishop Christian Ide made this assertion during an interview session with ACNN News correspondent Nwanne Ogechukwu in Abuja.
We need more of us into politics. Now, at the end of the day, you discover that when you talk to somebody, if you are a governor and you have more commissioners as Christians, you have more of your aides as Christians, and all around you, more Christians, they will understand, so that they will not overwhelm you with their corrupt ways. Because government is not just government by one person. Government has to do with people, groups of people governing together. I advise that, as many of us, the Lord is waiting for us to be used. Gone are the days we should be saying politics is dirty, like we have seen in this series of studies recently. Let's go there to clean up the place, and we'll carry our Christianity there, carry our Bible there, carry our God there.
Bishop Ide also cautioned those condemning spiritual fathers who are silent over happenings in the country, as he advised the youth to be fervent in the Lord.
These spiritual fathers will act with a lot of wisdom. Just one statement we may make. In trying to cure a problem, you escalate it. So we're always very careful of our utterances. And the youths can take up anything. And at the end of the day, you discover that you are trying to solve a problem. You add more injury and more salt to injury. All we need for our country in a time like this is peace. But if we make statements which may be misconstrued by the society, we will make things worse. Advice to the youths: serve God, fear the Lord, even in your youth. Like David said, I was young, now I am old. I have never seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. That is food for thought for our youth.
The Lord Bishop of the Anglican Diocese of Okrika, the Right Reverend Tubokosimie Abere, has in strong terms condemned the rate of killings and insecurity in the country. According to the cleric, every human has the right to live and nobody has the power to take the life of a fellow human. The Right Reverend Tubokosimie Abere stated this position in an interview with ACNN news correspondent Nwanne Ogechukwu in Abuja, as he called for strong measures to be taken to arrest the security challenges in the nation.
There should be security for every life. Even the life of an animal cannot just be taken like that by our own, even by our own faith. You can't just go to the road and begin to kill even domestic animals without any cause. The life of a human being, it is precious in the sight of God. You don't know what that individual will become. If that person could become a president, that person could become the person who will save Nigeria from the doldrum in which we find ourselves. That person can bring a scientific solution to some of our alien diseases. So, I mean, it is condemnable by any means. Wherever people have been killed by armed robbery, terrorism, stray bullet, or whatever, I think it is wrong.
He urged the church to stand up and condemn the evil in the land through her messages, counseling, and enlightenment programs.
The church, I must say, is doing her best in terms of her preaching, her evangelism, her enlightening the society over vices and so many crimes that we have around us. The church should also condemn anything that is not right, so that people can, take precaution. The church should support any measure that will, bring about what they call it, punishing the criminals, so that there will be deterrent in society and there will be order.
Bishop Abere further urges the youth not to give up because of the present happenings in the country, adding that the future belongs to them, hence the need for them to be optimistic.
My message to Nigerian youth is for them to hope in God. Hope for the best of this country. The reason is because the future is their own. They should never see what is happening now as the norm. It is an aberration, it is abnormal, it is not right. They should not relent. They should work hard, they should do something and then hope for the best. The best is yet to come for our country. God desires the best for our country, and then they are the very treasures of God and the very treasures of this country.
Reacting to the suspension of the Ruga settlement scheme, the Vicar of All Saints Anglican Church, Wuse Zone 5, the Venerable Ernest Onoaha, has called for a total elimination of the Ruga settlement scheme that was suspended earlier. Recall that the presidency had said that the Ruga settlement project was suspended because it was not consistent with the approved National Livestock Transformation Plan. While in an interview with ACNN correspondent Nzubechi Frank, Venerable Ernest stated that looking at the bottom line of the issue, there is a subtlety on conquest. He advised that government should not only suspend it, but should be jettisoned to avoid clashes between herders and farmers.
Well, some people are talking and saying that suspension is not enough. The thing is that it should not be carried out. Because if you look at the bottom line, there is a subtlety on conquest. Because when they settle, Before you know it, they are running Emirates, and before you know it, they are competing. But if it is ordinary carrying of cars, moving up and down, and then going back to root and source, there is no problem. But there is fear, and I think it's a very good fear. The take on it is that government suspension should not be ordinary suspension. It should be jettisoned, because we don't want violence, we don't want war, and we don't want clashes of communities with herdsmen and Boko Haram people. My intention and my suggestion is that let the status quo remain.
The Nigerian Army has confirmed the killing of an army colonel and a captain during a clash with Boko Haram terrorists in Borno and Yobe State. The Deputy Director of Army Public Relations in charge of the 212 Battalion in the Northeast, Colonel Ado Isa, who confirmed this in a statement, said that the incident occurred when the colonel, a captain, and 3 soldiers on transit from Maiduguri to Damaturu ran into an ambush staged by routed and fleeing terrorists from the Jakana Axis. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tuku Yusuf Buratai, while commiserating with the families of the fallen heroes, reiterated that personnel of the Nigerian Army will never be deterred in the ongoing noble and patriotic fight against terrorism and insurgency in the Northeast. He further commended the efforts of the entire troops in the theater and charged them to remain focused, highly committed and professional in the discharge of their constitutional roles. News on the Hour will be right back after this short break. Please stay with us.
Hello there. Have you ever wondered why Jesus spoke in parables? What do you make of the word parable? Do you find it hard interpreting parables on your own? Don't worry. We have answers to those questions on Parables. Parables is a program that brings to bear what parable means and how it affects our day-to-day lifestyles, the church, the individual, and the society at large. Join me, Nzubechi Frank, as we explore the significance and the innate meaning of each parable of Jesus Christ. Coming to you every Saturday, 1 to 1:30 p.m. with repeat broadcast on Sundays, 7 a.m., Tuesdays, 3:30 p.m. and Thursdays, 7 a.m. from the Anglican Cable Network Nigeria, ACNN. God bless you.
Thanks for staying tuned. For more on our top stories, please visit our website at acnntv.com or youtube.com/ACNNTV. And to be up to date with our news and other programs, download the ACNN app for Android from Google Play Store. And now to the international scene. The Bishop of the Diocese of the Trinity, Canada Region, Right Reverend Olukayode Adebogun, has called on the Anglican Church of Canada to return to the scriptures and the historical formularies of the church. According to Bishop Adebogun, it is a sad and pathetic move as many dioceses of the Anglican Church of Canada already follow the drift and continue to allow same-sex marriage within their dioceses, which is contrary to the teachings of the scriptures. And many Anglican faithful around the world are grieved at the slide. He clearly stated that the Anglican Diocese of the Trinity, Canada Region in the Convocation of Anglicans in North America stands with the Global Fellowship of Confessing Anglicans on the issue of marriage. Given a clear definition of marriage as defined by the scriptures, he said marriage is for one man and woman, and further called on the bishops, laity, and clergy of the Anglican Church of Canada to align themselves with the faithful Anglicans around the world in defending marriage as purely heterosexual relationship. He also called on dioceses that already accepted this relationship of same-sex marriage to reverse this curse. President Donald Trump has said that the United States Navy ship Boxer downed an Iranian drone that came within 1,000 yards of the Navy ship and ignored multiple calls to stand down, marking yet another escalation in the already tense situation playing out between Washington and Tehran. Speaking at the White House, Trump said the drone was threatening the safety of the ship and the ship's crew in the Strait of Hormuz and was immediately destroyed, saying the drone was destroyed using electronic jamming, according to a U.S. official.
The Boxer took defensive action against an Iranian drone which had closed into a very, very near distance, approximately 1,000 yards, ignoring multiple calls to stand down, and was threatening the safety of the ship and the ship's crew. The drone was immediately destroyed. This is the latest of many provocative and hostile actions by Iran against vessels operating in international waters.
And now to sports news. Nigeria has been handed a relatively easy opponent in the qualifiers for 2021 African Cup of Nations. According to the draw released by the organizers, the three-time African champions will play in Group L with Benin Republic, Sierra Leone and Lesotho. The match days are November 11, 2019, August 31st, September 8, 2020, October 5th to 13th, and November 9th to 17th. The winners and runners-up qualify from each group except Group F, where Cameroon automatically qualify as host with highest placed of other three teams. The Super Eagles will begin their campaign for a place in the Continental Tournament on November 11th, while the 2021 African Cup of Nations will be held in Cameroon from June 15th to July 23rd. And that's it from the news on the hours, brought to you from the Anglican Cable Network Nigeria. I am Rachel Ebunu.